The mating of beetles is an important process to ensure the survival and development of the species. In this process, males often use antennae or special appendages to attract and recognize females. Once they find a mate, the male climbs onto the female's back to mate. Some species even have complex rituals, such as displays or fights, to win mating rights. After mating, the female will lay eggs in places with food sources for the larvae, helping to ensure the development of the next generation. The mating of millipedes occurs during the humid season when conditions are favorable for egg and larva development. The male uses specialized legs on its chest to transfer sperm to the female. After fertilization, the female lays eggs in moist soil, ensuring a suitable environment for their development. This process is essential for maintaining and growing the millipede population. The mating of field crickets occurs during the breeding season, usually on cool nights. Males produce distinctive sounds by rubbing their wings together to attract females. This calling helps females identify and locate the males. When a female accepts, the male approaches and transfers a spermatophore into her body, providing sperm for fertilization. After mating, the female lays eggs in moist soil to create a favorable environment for the eggs to hatch into larvae. The mating and egg-laying stages of field crickets contribute to maintaining the population and developing the species. Dragonflies are common insects found in areas around rivers, lakes, ponds, and other stagnant water bodies. They have elongated bodies, transparent wings, and large eyes that provide excellent vision. Dragonflies are effective predators, specializing in eating small insects like mosquitoes and flies, helping to maintain ecological balance. They can fly with agility, even capable of flying backward and hovering. In their life cycle, dragonflies undergo complete metamorphosis: egg, larva, which lives underwater, and adult. Their mating process typically occurs in the air, with males and females forming a unique heart shape during the pairing. The mating of ladybugs typically occurs in spring or early summer when the weather is warm. Males search for females using chemical signals and approach them for mating. During this process, the male climbs onto the female's back to transfer sperm, which can last from a few minutes to several hours, depending on the species. After mating, the female lays eggs in areas rich in aphids or other suitable food sources for the larvae. The eggs hatch after a few days, and the ladybug larvae immediately begin feeding on aphids, helping to control natural pest populations in the environment. The mating of praying mantises is famous because sometimes the female will eat the male after mating. During this process, the male approaches and climbs onto the female's back to transfer sperm. After mating, the female lays her eggs in a protective foam nest to help the eggs develop safely. The mating of cockroaches begins when the male releases pheromones to attract the female. Upon approaching, the male performs a dance and displays its wings. If the female accepts, mating occurs, and the male transfers sperm. Afterwards, the female lays eggs in a protective pouch called an ootheca. Mosquito mating typically occurs at dusk. Males gather in swarms to attract females. When a female enters, a male approaches and mates within seconds. Afterward, the female seeks a blood source to nourish her eggs.